Hello everyone, this is Muhammad Sabil in front of you. I am pursuing my BTech in Srinivasa Ramanujan Institute of Technology. Today, my topic in basic mechanical is belt drives. So, let's see what we are going to discuss. So, here is an outline. So, first we will discuss introduction and then belt drives and then components of the belt drives and then types of belts and then the further classification of the belts, and then we will end this session with the velocity ratio of a belt drive. Let's start our session. Before discussing about the belt drives, we need to know what is meant by mechanical power transmission devices. You can see here mechanical power transmission device. So what is meant by mechanical power transmission devices? Mechanical power transmission refers to the mechanical energy which it transfers from one component to another in machines. So mechanical power transmission devices means transfer of mechanical energy from one component to another component. Here there are three types of mechanical power transmission devices. They are belt drives, gear drives, and then chain drives. So my topic is belt drives. Let's see about the belt drives now. Here is the belt drives. What is meant by belt drives? The belt drives are used to transmit the power from one shaft to another shaft by means of pulleys which rotate at the same speed or different speed. So here is a picture of the belt drive. So you can see here this is the belt drive. Let's discuss the components of the belt drives. So there are majorly five components in the belt drives: driver, driven, belt, tight side, and then slack side. So what is meant by driver? In the transmission system, the one which drives or supplies the power to the other mechanical elements. What is meant by driven? In a transmission system, the one which follows the driver or receives power from the driver is called driven. So driver which supplies the power to the other mechanical components, and then the driven takes the power or receives the power from the driver. So belt, a material which wraps around the driver and the driven pulleys and helps in driving the elements. So next, tight side, the portion of the belt in maximum tension. Then slack side, the portion of the belt in minimum tension. So let's see the components of the belt drive through a picture. So here is a picture where you can see all the components of the belt drives. So let's see. So this is the driver. What is meant by driver? Driver is a component which produces power to the other mechanical components in the power in the transmission system. So this is the driver. This produces the power to the all the components of the machine. This is the driven. So this driven, it takes the energy from the driver which is produced. This is the belt which is connected with the driven and then the driver. This is the slack side which has the low tension. This is the tight side which has the maximum tension. Let's discuss the classification of the belts. There are many types of belts, but the main are three belt drives, that is light drives, medium drives, and then heavy drives. So let's discuss each of them. Light drives means the drives which are used to transmit small powers at belts speeds up to 10 meter per second. So it is used in agricultural machines and then small machine tools. Then medium drives. So these are used to transmit medium power between 10 meter per second to 22 meter per second. Next, heavy drives. These are used to transmit large power at belt speeds above 22 meter per second. It is used in compressors and generators. So, light drives speed is up to 10 meter per second, and then medium drives speed is up to 10 meter per second and 22 meter per second. It means above 10 meter per second and below 22 meter per second. Next, heavy drives means above 22 meter per second, and it is the large transmit power. Okay, let's see some types of belts: flat belt, wave belt, and circular belt or rope. So flat belt means it is mostly used in the factories and workshops, which has moderate amount of power which is to be transmitted from one pulley to another when the two pulleys are not more than 8 meters apart. So this is the flat belt you can see here. And then next, V belt. V belt is mostly used in the factories and the workshops, where a moderate amount of power is to be transmitted from one pulley to another when the two pulleys are very near to each other. So you can see the V belt here. Next, circular belt or rope. The circular belt or rope is mostly used in the factories and the workshop, where a great amount of power is to be transmitted from one pulley to the another pulley when the two pulleys are more than 8 meters apart. Let's see some further classification of the belt drives. There are many types of belt drives as we discuss now. So first is open belt drives. So the belt drive is used with the shafts arranged parallel and rotating in the same direction. The lower side belt is known as tight side, whereas the upper side belt is known as the slack side. So in the open belt drives, the driver and the driven are rotated in the same direction. So the upper side is called slack side and the bottom side is called tight side. Next is crossed or twist belt drives. So the crossed or twist belt drives is used with shafts arranged in parallel and rotating in the opposite direction. So in this belt drive, the belts are twisted and the shafts rotate in the opposite direction. That means the driver and the driven are rotated in the opposite direction. But whereas in the open belt drives, the driver and the driven is rotated in the same direction. But in the cross or twist belt drives, the driver and the driven is rotated in the opposite direction. Next, quarter turn belt drive. The quarter turn belt drive is used with shafts arranged at right angles and rotating in one direction. These quarter turn belt drives are arranged in 90 degrees and it is rotated in one direction. Open belt drive is rotated in same direction. Cross belt drives are rotated in opposite direction. Quarter belt drive is rotated in one direction. Next, belt drive with idle pulley. A belt drive with an idler pulley is used with shafts arranged in parallel, and when an open belt drive cannot be used due to small angle of contact on smaller pulley. So here on the slack side we use the idler pulley. In this in this belt drive, the driver and the driven are rotated in the same direction. Compound belt drive. A compound belt drive is used when the power is transmitted from one shaft to another through a number of pulleys. So you can see here the picture of the compound belt drives. So here the driver is connected with the another driver. So this for the first belt drive, here is the driver and here is the driven. In the second belt drive, you can see the first belt drive driven is acts as the driver and this is the driven. So you can see here the total picture of the compound belt drive. Let's discuss the velocity ratio of a belt drive, and this is the last topic of our session. So it is a ratio between the velocities of the driver and the follower are driven. So this is the velocity ratio. N2 by N1 is equals to D1 by D2. So what are these N1, N2, D1, D2? D1 means diameter of the driver, D2 means diameter of the follower that is driven, and then N1 means speed of the driver, and then N2 means speed of the driven. When thickness of the belt is considered, then velocity ratio is N2 by N1 is equals to D1 plus T divided by D2 plus T. So this is my topic about the belt drives. Thank you for listening patiently, and thank you for listening my topic till the end. Thank you.